All right, solving problems using the distributive property. So when we have equations, the first question we're always going to ask ourselves is, can we simplify? Can we simplify? So our objective is always to isolate the variable. So we're going to have z on one side, all the numbers on the other side. So can we simplify? And I can see here that we have a number, this -5, that's being multiplied by whatever's in those parentheses, which means we need to use the distributive property. So I'm going to draw that box diagram just like we've been doing. And on the left side of that box diagram, I'm going to put what's on the left side of those parentheses, -5. And then on the top, I'm going to put what's inside the parentheses, 3z plus 4. Now we need to multiply the 5 times each one of these numbers. So 5 times 4 is 20. Because one of them is negative, that means our answer is negative, so -20. And then -5 times 3 is -15z. So we have -15z minus 20, which means that simplifying this distributive property gives us -15z minus 20, which equals 10. So now that we have simplified our equation, we're down to a two-step equation. We've got a number here and a number here. So we have two numbers that need to get moved over to the right side if we're going to isolate that variable. So our first step isolating the variable is to make the constant, which is -20, equal 0 using inverse operations. So since we subtracted 20, the inverse of that is to add 20. -15z minus 20 plus 20 equals 10 plus 20. Now our 20s on the left will cancel out. We have -20 and plus 20. That equals 0. Anything plus 0 is itself, which means this -15 can just come down here by itself. So -15z equals 10 plus 20 is 30. So now we need to do our next step, which is to make the coefficient -15 equal 1 using inverse operations. So we have a number right beside a variable. That means multiplication. So -15 times z. The inverse of multiplication, the opposite of multiplication, is division. So we're going to divide by -15. Everything we do on the left, we have to do on the right. So we're going to divide the right side by -15. So now we have -15 divided by -15. Negative divided by negative equals a positive, so those cancel out. 15 divided by 15 cancels out. That leaves us with just z equals a -2.